Your life experience, good or bad, is a gift when you share it with others. At Taxi Chronicles, we allow real riders with real stories to share their gift. So hopefully this episode will intrigue, enhance or inspire you. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Morning. Yes, we're back with another episode, another rider. Today we are honoured to have a rider who has experience in owning an online sex shop. So if your children are listening, you might want to put them in the bedroom, cover their ears, give them the PlayStation with the headphones or whatever. But it might get a bit raunchy, or then again it might not. But anyway, without further ado, Jake, nice to have you here today.
Thanks for having me again.
So tell us, why a sex shop?
I seen a friend that was doing it, basically, and it looked like easy money at the time to make a quick buck and everything like that. So I did it with a friend in Scotland, and I was like, yeah, let's just do it and see what happens, basically.
Okay, and how long did you do it for?
I'd say about 1.5 years, 2 years.
Was it easy to set up?
It was, yeah, it was ridiculously easy. At first, we just did it on stuff like eBay and stuff like that, just put loads of listings up for sex toys. So we do stuff like, basically, there's loads of Chinese websites out there, like DHgate and stuff like that, and you can just buy them at mass bulk for cheap discount prices. Like, the more you buy, the cheaper it is, basically. So we used to buy like a variety of things, like the bullets, like little sex toy bullets, like big dildos and everything like that, all range of different colours and stuff like that, to sex swings and stuff. So just what anyone really wanted at the time. But in the end, it didn't really go that well on eBay. Like, there was a lot of fees and everything like that and stuff. So we just ended up...
That's why I don't like eBay.
Yeah, because there's so many fees and everything.
Gumtree are okay.
Yeah, but with Gumtree you lack the quantity that you need to sell, do you know what I mean? Quickly, do you get me? So in the end it was a case of, we actually moved to Amazon. Because if you don't know anyone that's interested, Amazon's business, if anyone can just start selling on Amazon is actually like eBay. Anyone can just make a seller's account and you can start putting listings on Amazon. And the best thing about them is, so say you had like an inventory of, 10,000 dildos, taking, room in your house, and your missus is kicking off saying, I want all these dildos gone, I can't have people around the house and everything.
It sounds like someone's speaking from experience.
Yeah. So then...
I thought you'd be happy.
Yeah. I thought I was doing her a favour, but apparently not. Yeah. So it's just a case of... what you do is, once you make a seller account on Amazon, you can do fulfilled by Amazon. Now, what that means is, these 10,000 dildos you can actually ship them directly to Amazon. They'll come pick them up, and they'll stock them all in their warehouse, and they'll do everything for you. Every time you sell an item, they'll ship it out, they'll package it, they'll take responsibility for it, they'll insure it, and all they do is take a small percentage of every sale. And it's really worth it.
So it's nothing like...
It's really minor, like really minor, like tiny. And they do everything. So one, you don't have to worry about shipping it yourself. You don't have to insure it. And you don't have to have the inventory space ruining your life. Do you know what I mean? With thousands of sex toys and everything like that. So that's the amazing thing. But now the other thing that you have to take into account is... Amazon and eBay are different, so Amazon's got a lot of positives, and even eBay has a lot of positives over Amazon. And the technical side of things is, when you search like sex toys and you see the listings come up on Amazon straight away, they're the top listings, and they're not even usually owned by Amazon. They're owned by like a third party like me that'd have the listing at the top. So most people buy the first one they see, like who goes and scrolls to page 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. People don't do that. So if you're not on the first page, you're already missing out. So a trick that we learned is that first listing there, if it's the exact same item we were selling, if you click on it, you can actually apply to, even if that person's created that and put the time and effort to get their item to number 1, you can also sell on that listing if they haven't trademarked it, like a trademarked item. So when we used to buy these sex toys, obviously they come with no logo on it or anything, like, you know, they're just blank. So unless the person's taken the time with the manufacturer from China to say, look, I want 10,000 of these dildos, but I want our logo on it, and then they go get that trademarked in the UK and then get the listing trademarked. If you don't do that, then all that time and effort you put in to get that, you know, to rank 1, anyone can then sell on that listing. It's public for anyone to do it. And the way it works is, once you apply, this is the stupid thing about Amazon. So say you sold it for £9.99. As long as I then apply for that listing, you haven't trademarked it. As long as I put it for 1 penny under the price, then my item will come first on that top listing. And as you see when you're on Amazon, when you click an item and it says that buy now box on the right hand side, whoever has control of that, there could be 10 listers on that item, and whoever has basically the cheapest price goes to that box. Like their item will go there first, their selling thing. So as long 97% of all sales for Amazon go through that buy it now box. So
how did you work that out?
We just looked at a lot of stuff, me and my partner, and everything like that, like the algorithm that goes into it and stuff like that, and looking up videos and just doing hours of research and just figure stuff like that out. But then the best bit was eventually it was really going well for ages. Once we started doing Amazon, like, it got to the point where we didn't even have to get the stuff from China delivered to us. We got it delivered straight to Amazon, so we didn't have to deal with that. We were just literally buying it from China, getting delivered straight to Amazon, and then we were finding key listings that were like ranked number 1 in the sex dildo section on Amazon that weren't trademarked, and then we would sell in, like, say for the little bullets, so we paid like 70 pence each for them. We were selling them for £8.99. After Amazon's cut, you're taking £6. We were selling 4,000 units a month. That's £6 a go. Did you know what I mean? Split between me and my partner, it was like £8,000 a month profit each, and we were loving it. But that only lasted 2 months. You know, all good things come to an end, because Amazon brought out some new policy where, like, only official sex toy companies can, that they deem official, can sell sex toys on Amazon, and that killed the market.
And so what was their policy? I don't quite understand that.
Yeah.
What was
the policy they brought in the end? I think, like, basically they just wanted a dictatorship on, like, who can sell certain goods on Amazon, you know, like sex toys being one of them. And they just wanted, like, you know, the big known companies that probably paid them, you know what I mean? Like, it's all, backhanded type of game. Whoever did that got access to be able to sell the sex toys on Amazon. Mm-hmm. And basically, so they brought that policy, and it just killed off loads of companies that used to sell sex toys on Amazon, basically.
I suppose it happens.
But yeah, the worst thing was when we used to sell on eBay, when you used to get returns. So people would,
that's what I was going to ask you about.
Yeah, I've had a few returns, like, they're open, the box and everything like that. Like, the box has been open, so you just have to look at it and go, this is definitely being used or something like this. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
what happens then?
I just pick it up with 2 gloves and put it in the bin. I'm like, you can't exactly resell it, can you? Like, you
get the person get their money back?
Yeah. Like,
why though? Because
it all depends on the excuse, really. Do you know what I mean? Like, is their excuse valid enough? Do you know what I mean? Like, maybe, like, it just didn't actually work as soon as they turned it on. Maybe it just malfunctioned in some way. You know, you have to use.
I suppose at 70 pence, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. For us, it doesn't matter. Like, we sell them for like £6, £7, £8. It doesn't really matter. But at the end of the day, you just have to use what you think's, you know, just how you think is a good enough excuse, basically.
So to be your old dustman.
Yeah.
Every time you'll be known as a dildo out.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I've had like, it's dead funny. Like, you should see some of the way people send it back. Obviously, we used to send them in a discreet box. Some people would just literally send the dildo wrapped in a black bin bag back, so you can definitely see what it is and everything like that. Like, no shame on some people; they just don't care. Yeah, it's funny.
That's an interesting one. What did you learn most of all from this whole business of sex?
The sex toys. Where did I learn it from? Well, I just heard from the grapevine a friend of mine that was doing it and how much money he was making. So I just recommended it to a friend of mine that I knew would do a lot of research. As soon as I told him off he was, because he's full on ADHD, and then he was doing hours of research, and then he came to a lot of conclusions and avenues, and then just went from there, basically. Just online research.
What would be your advice to someone who wants to get into the business
of sex toys?
Yep, selling sex toys.
It was a lot easier, but the advice I'd give you now, it's a lot of dedication. If you want to get into it, it's a lot of dedication, because it's all about branding and marketing. That's what 95% of it is. The sex toys will sell themselves, like that's not a problem, but you just have to have your marketing game on point. Your social medias, everything like that goes into it. You can't just rely on eBay and Amazon now. Yeah.
So you have to do the work.
Oh yeah, you have to do a lot of work for it.
And
you have to be hungry.
Yeah, they've made that more difficult.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
So, and it's really a full-time job. It's not like...
Oh, yeah. I think you could make it, like, you know, as a casual thing, you know, like on the side and stuff like that, but I don't think you'd see much, like, profit from the effort of going to drop all those shipments off at the store constantly and handling the headache of, like, returns. And because, honestly, people are the worst type of people when they buy on, like, you know, retail stores like Amazon and eBay. You'd be surprised how many, like, complaints and stuff you get over nothing. So you have to deal with all that headache as well. Do you get me?
And dealing with the complaints, did you address everyone? Or?
Yeah, you have to address everyone. That's what I mean. It's part of the job. Like, you have to, you know, you can't just half-ass it. You actually cold-heartedly have to sit down and address all these complaints and, like, review them and, like, see if they're legitimate and stuff like that.
Talking about legitimate, I heard there was other companies on Amazon who would sabotage.
Oh yeah, definitely. There's loads of stuff going on like that. There's loads of people that there's like groups of people that sell services for like fake reviews and stuff like that. So like they'll have bot accounts of like maybe a farm of like 2,000, 4,000 accounts and stuff like that, and then say someone wants to like sell an item and get it really reviewed. Like if you'd never go on the bottom of Amazon, you'll see these reviews sometimes, and honestly, if you look at them, they're not even the review for the actual product, they're a review for different products, and they're still there. And that's because people are paying for paid services to the bots just to leave random comments on the reviews and stuff like that. And then people will also pay like for bot services to leave negative reviews on other people's products to get the listings right down and stuff, to beat competition and stuff like that.
I usually go to the negative comments.
Oh, I do too, straight away. Yeah.
Being, I also think, is this
legit?
Is it reasonable what this person's saying?
Yeah, exactly. I do exactly the same.
What kind of things? And then and sometimes it's put me off.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Other times I just said, nah.
What I do is normally I'll honestly just read like 2 of the first 5-star comments, and then I just go to the negative star one straight away. Negative, just read the negative ones, and I always find that they're the best, the most honest. You know what I mean? So anyone that's like going through the effort of leaving a negative review, obviously they've been honest. Why? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I see what you're saying there.
Yeah.
So it's been an interesting one. So just to run, I was still thinking, what was the name of your company?
Cheeky Delights back in the day. That's what it was called. Cheeky Delights. Yeah.
And have you run any other companies apart from, obviously we spoke?
No, just them ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just for the listeners, he also runs Uber Eats equivalent up in
Darlington,
called
Darlo Eats, and it's spelled DARLO Eats EATS.
Okay. So if anybody's thinking of running a sex shop, sex business, therefore, does everything you do focus online? Didn't you think of opening a manual shop?
No, I think because like once you start, like honestly, like look at modern day technology and everything like that. Like when all the sales are on, like Black Friday just gone, 75% of all sales were done online. Do you know what I mean? Everything's done online now. Like obviously, like retailers eventually will die out and stuff like that. There will be a need for them, but it's a dying breed. Do you know what I mean? And who wants to spend the equivalent of your mortgage payment every month on running a shop when you might not even get enough foot ground traffic to like pay for it? Do you know what I mean?
So you seriously think that all retail will?
No, not all retail. There'll always be people that actually want a shop, but I'd say like look at it compared to how many people do you know that would rather just say, why don't you just buy it online, saves you going out? Do you know what I mean? Compared to, I know people still do like to go in and shop and everything, but in 50 years time it'll be a different world view of how retailers are run. Do you know what I mean? I'd say you could probably still get definitely get more sales online you do now than you do ground foot traffic through retail shops.
Do you feel? So I was having this conversation with someone the other day about men and women and how we shop.
Yeah.
They say there's a term. Women are religious. Women are committed shoppers.
Yeah.
Religious shoppers. Men are committed shoppers. So, in the sense that, as a woman will go in every shop every day of the week.
Oh yeah.
Go down every aisle.
Oh, I get that. Yeah.
A man will just know, like for me, Hugo Boss fits me.
Yeah.
To buy clothes, I go straight to Hugo Boss.
Yeah.
I don't need to go to Armani. I don't need to go H&M.
No, I agree. When you know it, you just keep going there.
And unless I get really bad service.
Yeah.
And Hugo Boss, I've never had bad service. I had a bit of where I looked at someone sideways in Westfield in Shepherd's Bush.
Yeah.
Not Shepherd's Bush, Stratford, but we were in Stratford. But the one in Westfield, the Shepherd's Bush, it's always spot on.
Yeah, can't complain.
Spend lots of money.
Yeah.
And for those items of clothes, and I don't like to shop.
Yeah.
So why I'm bringing this up is that I like to just try things on. No, it fits.
Right. Yeah.
Now, as you get older, your waistline can.
Yeah, up and down maybe. Yeah, a little bit.
Thinking, as men's shops may still always be around.
The thing is, though, I know people, and I've done it before, that do this, where, like, so whatever size you are, like, depending if you're trying somewhere new, or even if, like, you know, as you said, your waist has gone up, they'll buy the same waist that they think they are, and then they'll buy another pair below that and another pair up that. So they'll always buy 3 pairs. I know it sounds like a lot of effort, and then they'll try it on, and then it's just as simple as going on the live chat or going in your account and click and return these other 2, and someone will come to your house next day and collect them.
Or someone comes to the house?
Yeah, and collects them, yeah. Well, that's how we do it up north anyway. I don't know if it's like that down London, or I'm too busy for that.
Post office,
yeah.
Or drop it. But my thing is, this sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah, it does. Then just going down and just going to the store and then.
Yeah.
But
I suppose either way.
Yeah, either way.
If you're at home, you don't need to.
Yeah, a lot of people like the comfort of just doing it at home. Do you know what I mean? Because as I said, you don't have to leave the house. It's really only going to take you 10 minutes to close to your account and click that return button. And someone shows up the next day and job done.
And there's also the money you're
saving.
Yeah, not just that. The company's going to take 28 days to return your money.
Yeah, well,
so
yeah.
It depends on how often you're shopping.
Yeah. I'd say most companies, like, by the time the item goes back, it's normally a next day return and everything like that. I'd say it's normally around about 7 to 14 days after that. Yeah, 7 days, I'd say, probably business days max, usually, to go back. Yeah.
So you've moved to London, but you're not here permanently?
No, I just visit from time to time, like once a month, basically, usually.
And you have family in London?
No, just friends. I've got a lot of friends in London.
Oh, okay, so a lot of them moved
Canary Wharf and Putney and stuff like that, yeah.
Okay. How do you find London?
I actually really like it. I never thought I would, because I've always been the type of person where, like, too many people, you know, anxiety and stuff like that. But no, the more and more that I keep coming down, the more and more I like it, yeah. I think it's because there's always something to do.
I take it you've been warned about telling people morning.
What do you mean?
You haven't. You can't walk, when you're walking down the street, you don't go, morning!
Oh, like that to people. Oh, right, yeah.
You don't smile with people on the tube.
Oh, you don't smile at people on the tube? No, is that a thing? Yeah.
No, you don't do that.
So are you allowed to just make conversation with people on the tube?
Nope.
No,
that's sacrilegious.
Oh, it's sacrilegious, yeah. Right, okay, I'll note that one, yeah. No one's told me about that, no.
You don't, mate. See, this is the novelty. It's just because you're in a friendly Uber.
Yeah.
Some Ubers don't even talk. I remember one guy he's from the West Country.
Yeah.
And he said he sat in the Uber, and he sat in the front. This is before the obviously lockdown.
Yeah.
And then he went to the driver and said, "What are we going to talk about today?" And the driver just looked at him like this.
Just casually turned back away. Yeah, just had like
the driver didn't say nothing to him the whole journey.
Yeah.
So he was happy when he was with me, man.
Talking to him all the way.
Yeah.
Alright, okay.
When a Northerner gets in the car, you always gonna have a good chat.
Yeah, you always have a little bit. We do like a good chat as Northerners, yeah. We do love a good one. Yeah. So what about making eye contact then on the tube? Is sacrilegious or what?
Don't bother with that. Unless you're see, eye contact is going to be one of two things, I would say.
Yeah.
Again, if someone's going to interpret it like a sexual thing, So you might get the wrong advance if you're depending on how you swing, or aggression.
Aggression.
Yeah. You're angry.
And how often does aggression come into play down in the tube then?
Depends. I haven't been on the tube in years.
Yeah, a million years, no.
No. I used to live outside the country.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So since I come back, I just haven't needed to be on the tube.
Where did you work? Where did you go before then?
I was on tour.
Yeah.
With the military. So I was in Afghanistan, and then when I came back, I went doing security, stopping the pirates hijacking the vessels.
Oh, really? Yeah, I've spotted. That must be a lifestyle and a bit.
I lived in East Africa afterwards with my businesses.
Yeah, and what about the security place then? So did you ever see any pirates come on or anything like that?
The game of pirates is like
Game of whack-a-moles.
it's just cat and mouse.
Yeah.
Meaning, and they it's the element of surprise.
Mm-hmm.
If they can surprise you, as in you didn't see them coming, they aboard you and it's all over.
Yeah.
But if you're vigilant and you see them and you say, I see what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
A shoplifter. A shoplifter will try and nick stuff, but if the security guard said, put it back, you know you're not going to pay for it, they go, and they go to another shop.
Fair enough.
They go to another ship.
Right.
Do you see what I mean? So it's like that.
What?
They're not going to try and fight.
Yeah. Did you have gun equipment on?
We have weapons.
Yeah.
Stuff, yeah.
So did anyone ever board you?
But because we're vigilant.
Oh, you're vigilant, yeah.
Yeah, and also I don't want to spend a year or a year and a half
captive.
in Somalia.
Yeah. How many of a team of yous was there, security-wise?
Sometimes it's 2.
Yeah.
Which isn't the best.
Yeah. Oh, I can imagine. Yeah, a lot more
and
stress.
Other times it was 3 or 4, depending on the company and what they can afford.
Yeah, and everything like that.
If you've got a Shell company, because they're carrying lots of oil's worth lots of money, they have a proper team.
Yeah.
If you've got a bulk carrier, excuse me, the insurance companies are saying every ship must have a team of security.
Yeah, every ship must have one.
Yeah, because obviously the pirates are a thing, and so they just put it in insurance. So now, if you're a fishing vessel, you're meant to have some kind of security. But then fishermen, like a lot of them, go to East Africa, off the coast of Somalia. But then, if I speak to Somalia and I say, these are, I did that, they get very upset because they say we're not pirates.
Yeah.
And what their argument is, and I agree with them totally, that the Spanish and Italian were dropping their nuclear waste in their waters.
Yeah.
And the Japanese and Chinese
or fish in the waters.
Fish in the waters.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Between that, they had no food.
Yeah, okay.
So what happened, one time the local fishermen got desperate and held them to ransom when they were dropping the chemical and said, you've got to give us money.
Yeah.
So most ships carry at least 10 or 20,000 pounds in cash.
Yeah.
On them. Yeah, all vessels. Because of any issues. Yeah. And so when they realised that, they realised, we're onto something here.
Yeah.
And then it just grew from there. And then once the warlords inland found out,
it just escalated. It just escalated to a militant thing.
It's an official business now.
Yeah.
Yeah. And all that happened, the Italians, I know the Italian story, there's 2 men who were in the mafia, and they were, mafia's entwined in their politics. Yeah,
of course, yeah, especially in Italy.
Yeah, he had decided, they were told to get rid of the nuclear waste, and in proper means.
Yeah.
But they thought,
nah, we'll just do it the cheap way.
Yeah. And they paid somebody I think in Somalia or somewhere, and they just dumped it in the waters. And obviously it all came back on them because all the countries became affected because they all were having their vessels taken.
Yeah.
So now the Italian Prime Minister said, what's going on?
He just denied it type of thing.
No, he said, you've embarrassed me.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said in-house. So the 2 men from the mafia went on a run, but they caught up with them in North Africa and killed them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Lesson learned type of thing, innit? Yeah. You're not getting away from that, are you?
And stuff like that. But,
that's a mad little job anyway. So did you ever, when you were like guarding the ships or anything, did you ever like think, this is it, they might have got us here or anything like that? Did it not really come to that point?
No.
Nah.
Not at all.
Well, how come you stopped doing that then in the end?
It's a lonely life. It's interesting, you go around, you're meeting people. It's like a sailor.
Yeah.
Every time you pull up in the port, hi, honey, I'm home.
Yeah. So
that kind of thing.
you've always surrounded.
Apart from that, you'll be out to sea for 3 months, 6 months. Sometimes you might not get shore leave.
Yeah.
So you're with the same 27 hairy ass men.
Yeah.
Gym, it's duties on deck. It's a galley to have your scran.
Yeah, and nothing else.
Or watching whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're like always surrounded by people, but also at the same time very lonely type of thing.
Yeah, because their language is the first language is not necessarily English.
Oh, right,
And
okay.
then they start to do this policy where they put, let's say, someone from the Eastern European ex-military with you.
Yeah.
It's cheap.
Oh,
So
is
they've
it?
got one English-speaking person like myself.
Yeah.
And they've got things. So now the communication gets
Even worse, especially with the person, and it's all about communication, isn't it, when you're in that team?
Stuff like that. But it's great. I wouldn't have changed that experience.
You wouldn't have changed it now.
No, it's a great experience.
You're glad you did it.
Meeting people around the world, interested people.
Yeah.
It's
It's life change.
seeing places in the world. It's just really.
Yeah, I can
We're
imagine.
going far down on South Africa, over to as far up as Egypt, top of Suez Canal, and over to Sri Lanka and up to Kuwait.
So basically globetrotting then.
Well, just bouncing around that large.
Yeah.
I was in Arab Spring when that started. I was in those countries.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just walking around watching them losing their
The minds.
losing their minds.
No.
And I was in Sudan when they started kicking off again. I was in Yemen when their civil war started.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was funny.
Were you never afraid? No. No, it's what it is type
I
of
grew a
thing.
big beard. They just thought I was Islamic.
So no one said anything to you. Yeah.
And I was just doing what I'm doing, innit? Just walking around.
Yeah, doing your own
Obviously,
thing.
If they look at you properly, they can see you're dressed different or whatever. But
Yeah.
you know, you
Tell you what, I was getting especially. Bet you didn't open your mouth, did you? As soon as they heard that accent, it's game over.
I didn't do what some of my colleagues did. Like, there's an English guy from up north, and he wore some shorts and a t-shirt, but he's a big guy.
Yeah.
He's like a rugby player, and it was tight.
Yeah.
Oh, and he was where we were in Oman, and they virtually pinned him against the wall, and they was really telling him not to have a go at him. But the thing is, he was really humble. He wasn't like, he just thought he didn't know better.
Yeah. Well, that's Northerners for you, though, isn't it?
He should have had a pair of jeans on and because it was Ramadan.
Yeah.
People even got more upset and stuff, and he just didn't come. He went back to the
Hotel.
he didn't come back out.
Oh, did he not?
Not to the thing. No.
I wouldn't don't blame him after something like that, would you?
Well, yeah, I'll just do better than this.
Yeah.
But I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yes.
He should have known, but at the same time, you know what I mean. It is what it is, isn't it?
So, what's the impact you want to have on the world? The gift you want to share with the world?
A gift that I want to share with the world.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, I think that I haven't got one that I want to share with the world and everything like that. As I said before, I just want to do good for my family and friends and everything like that, and that's it. I'm not one of them people that's looking to change the world. I'm not like an Elon Musk of the world. I'm just looking to do me.
Okay.
Yeah.
But many people would say that is changing the world. Because if you change the people around you,
Yeah, I guess so,
enhance their
yeah.
life,
Yeah.
there's a knock-on effect.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's like the
Like a domino
butterfly
effect.
effect,
Yeah, or
yeah.
butterfly effect as it is.
and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
What about yourself?
My aim is to help orphans and inspire them because I come from children's home.
Oh,
I was in
really?
children's home for 6 months.
All right.
So
Okay.
I feel a desire to help them.
To better people than what you had type of thing.
Give children opportunities. I don't care about adults.
Yeah.
I never give adults money really or anything like that in the street because you've got, especially in this country, you've got every opportunity.
To make something of yourself.
Are different.
Oh, children are innocent though, aren't they? And they don't have the means to better their lives. You know what I mean?
This is why I think the law's wrong when it comes to paedophiles.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Execution.
Yeah, execution.
Send a very good message.
Just get rid of them type of thing. Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Definitely. Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah. What's the point of spending thousands and thousands of taxpayers' money on a paedophile when you could just, as you said, execute?
Lob his head off.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And after that, then suddenly a lot of people who would have been paedophiles have self-control.
Oh yeah, definitely, because like they know that. Well, they know it's still bad enough going into prison for the rest of, not even the rest of your life.
Yeah,
some
you
of them,
get
yeah.
less time than a drug dealer.
Yeah.
Which doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that is a bit weird, isn't it? That's a different talk altogether. But yeah, I don't don't understand how you can, like, a rapist and basically a paedophile can get less time than a drug dealer. It's crazy, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's mind-boggling when you think about it.
Mate, it's been good talking to you.
Yeah, you too, buddy.
Mate, and we wish you well.
Wish you well too.
And just remind people, where can they find your business?
In Darlington at Darlow Eats. That's Darlo Eats, EATS.
Okay, thanks a lot for that, and we wish you well.
You too, buddy.
We hope you liked that Taxi Chronicles interview. Don't forget to share and subscribe to get the latest episode. Ever considered investing in the continent with the fastest growing economies and population on Earth? The same continent that holds 30% of the world's known natural resources. Listen to our sister podcast, Africa Investor Stories, where you hear real investors with real stories from around the world share their experience of investing in Africa. We post Monday and Thursday at 10 a.m. British Standard Time.